Seth Ferranti here, your guide through the dark corners of the criminal underworld. As an outlaw filmmaker, author, and journalist, I've delved deep into the minds of gangsters, drug lords, and prison gangs. But my journey doesn't stop there. Let me take you on a thrilling ride as we explore the hidden stories and untold truths that lurk behind the prison walls.
What's up? Welcome back to Seth Ferranti True Crime. That's me, guerrilla convict, outlaw filmmaker. Check out my shit out. It's on Amazon, Netflix, whatever. Check it all out. But today, we're gonna look at Tupac, man. You know, Tupac is back in the news. You know, a lot of controversy surrounding everything. You know, his murder, his death, all these years. Now this dude, Keefe D, has been indicted, arrested. So, I mean, what's gonna happen? What is the true story? Is it gonna come out? Are we gonna get some closure? I don't know, but let's get into the episode and we can kind of see, you know, where this is going from my point of view.
Born in New York City in 1971 to Ferranti Shakur and Billy Garland, active members of the Black Panther Party, he was raised by his mother, who spent part of her pregnancy in jail for a Black Panther-related bombing she was later acquitted of. Tupac didn't know his biological father growing up and was raised by the Black Panthers in the cauldron of tensions and racial inequality that the organization was fighting against. Born in a violent era with violence all around him, Tupac was more revolutionary than entertainer. He was named after an 18th century Peruvian Tupac Amaru, who was executed after leading an uprising against Spanish rule. From the jump, Tupac was a very artistic child, getting involved in theater and even performing in Shakespearean plays. After spending his formative years in East Harlem, his family relocated to Baltimore in 1986, and Tupac continued his love affair with performing, attending the Baltimore School of Arts with future actress and Will Smith starlet Jada Pinkett. After getting into rap as a teen, Tupac found a muse in hip-hop and a form that was uniquely suited to his talents. In high school, he was popular, extremely gifted, and ready to take on the world. To many that encountered him in these early years, it was obvious that he had a bright future in front of him before his family relocated again in 1988 to the San Francisco Bay Area in California when Tupac was 17. In the Bay Area, he hooked up with Oakland alternative hip-hop group Digital Underground, first as a break dancer, and then eventually he worked his way into the group as an MC, appearing on several songs and in effect launching his rap career. By the early 90s, he released his first album, Tupacalypse Now, which featured the classic Brenda's Got a Baby. His next album sold over 1 million copies and solidified his place in hip-hop with radio hits like Keep Your Head Up and I Get Around. Tupac also got back into action as an actor, starring as the cold-blooded gangsta Bishop in 1992's Juice.
Riverside, motherfucker!
And showing his sensitive side in 1993's Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson.
So you was in it for the money, huh?
The fuck you know? You don't even keep your fucking nails clean.
Tupac's music and gangster image was a combination of two things. He was truly a conflicted individual due to exposure to reality. Pac had two sides and both of them inspired him to move towards a single destination. He had to utilize a combination of what he learned at home, in the streets, and in the School of Performing Arts to become that magnetic force of nature and persuasion. But Tupac, as befitting his entrance to the world via the Black Panthers, would live and die by the gun.
The streets of New York are vicious, as Tupac found out when he got robbed and shot in an event that ignited the East Coast-West Coast rap war. A lot of speculation has taken place over the years, but from deep within the belly of the beast, an original Brooklyn gangster, Dexter Isaac, has written a book, From Friends to Enemies, which breaks down what happened, why it happened, and who was behind it all. According to Isaacs, in the 80s, many hustlers in the streets of NY had more money, cars, jewelry, and women than the dudes that was rapping and singing. What I'm saying is these entertainers wanted to be like us, not knowing we was just hustling to feed our families and trying to get out of the hood. Rappers do be rapping about other people's lives. When hip-hop was first jumping off, it was fun. If two rappers had a beef, they handled that shit on the mic or on wax. No crazy gunplay where all their friends be trying to kill each other.
What they think is that I represent lawlessness and the outlaw mentality, and I represent that thug mentality from the street. So they feel like if they can punish me, then it'll punish people who are not as brave as I am.
The Quad Studio shooting, in which Pac was shot 5 times inside the lobby of the studio, took place on November 30th, 1994, the day before the verdict in Pac's sexual assault case was announced. The next day, Pac attended the hearing in a wheelchair and was found guilty on 3 counts of molestation. In a 1995 interview with Vibe magazine, Pac accused Biggie, Diddy, and henchmen of the attack, though evidence later showed Biggie was not involved. Dexter admitted that he shot Tupac 5 times, then stole the rapper's chains and gun in the lobby of the Quad Record Studios.